How do we start this?
Without any further ado,
Hottest topic on the Jeep market, I would say, CV axle versus U-joint. Seems like everybody has an opinion on them, and they all seem to have strong opinions one way or the other. Great topic to discuss, so we're going to discuss them. We got pros and cons we haven't come up with yet, so let's just get straight to it.
I want to do this one.
Well, I know, but that's why we have a lucky quarter right here. Been saving this lucky quarter for this day. We've been planning this a while. It's gonna be interesting. Heads. You
I got to call in the air. Go ahead.
Heads for CVs.
Heads for CVs. Go ahead.
Yes! Winner. Alright, so now it'll be a time lapse of us scribbling on the paper. I gotta come up with pros for owning these, cons for owning these. Justin has to come up with pros for running a U-joint axle, and
I'm going to try my best, I promise.
we'll be right with you guys. Well, sir, you ready?
I'm as ready as I'm going to be.
This should be interesting.
Are you going first or me?
I'm just going down my list the way I come up with it, and we'll go back and forth till we run out. Yeah. And I apologize. I wish the board had been more correcter, but my sister-in-law, she drew it for me. I can't complain. It's better than I can do. Well, she kind of... Anyways, I'll have to zoom in, let y'all get a screenshot so y'all can carry this home with you. It's going to be some good information. I would say my first pro would be cheap cost. These, ironically, I bragged on them. My O'Reilly's, what's that account called? Commercial account. They used to be $49. They went up to $55, and I bragged. I bought some today. I got a receipt. They're $69. List price if you walk-in customer. I think they're about $100. But there's one U-joint shaft on eBay right now, used for $100. New, they're like $600. This is a $600 chrome.
You just got one of my cons.
Okay, so
on this.
We'll read your con and then we'll just mark it off.
Okay. Is that how we're doing it?
This is 100% unscripted, unbiased. I thought of it, and you can see how much time we put into it. So that's my first pro, is overall cost. $100 gets you lifetime warranty.
Lifetime warranty.
Lifetime warranty. As long as you don't use full drive, you don't read that part.
Yep.
What kind of pro do you have?
My U-joints are good in a straight line.
Okay, so that's
my number one.
That's your number. Justin just shot out with his number one.
Yep. They're good in a straight line.
We'll probably explain that in a minute, but I think what he means, I got a good example. Hold on. All right, so check out, the way I learn things is, I had a screen on the camera, y'all would have missed me. So the way I learn things is over-exaggerate. So what Justin is saying, this is a U-joint. This is its strongest point. It's in a straight line. And U-joint's only going to turn about 40 degrees. But say for some reason you was to go 80 degrees, you can pretty much see that it's just, I could probably break it right now, to be honest. But you can see that's kind of what he's saying as far as stronger in a straight line. Good point. Check that one off. And that will lead me to stronger at an angle. In theory, the way this has always been described to me is no matter if this thing is turned 50 degrees or if it's straight, it's equally as strong throughout its whole transition.
So we're going to figure out a way later on to test that theory.
I was saving it for the end, but at some point I will own a machine that is going to break these axles and measure the load. Just wait on that one. That one's going to take some effort.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. Justin's spilling all the beans early. He knocked out his number one high point.
Oh, I didn't know we was starting at the. It's starting at the bottom.
That was the first thing that came to mind, so it tells you how important that is. So these are stronger at an angle. That's pretty much science. That's not my opinion. So, hit me with a pro.
On these.
Yep.
One pro is, and this is like my honest opinion, is these are rebuildable. Like the average person can get out with a hammer and a socket and and rebuild these things.
Stupid. I went and found the U-joints because we're not going to debate U-joint choice, but these are the best you can get, and they're Spicer. Probably about $40, and if you've never put one in, they're not fun. And I laid these down for a good valid point. It's like Justin just said, these are rebuildable. Okay, cool. These are lifetime warranty. There's no reason you should even change the boot. The boot costs $25, $30 and it's a hassle. You can just carry it back to the parts store and tell them you want a new one. Or you can get your money back. I forget O'Reilly's does that. Their lifetime warranty, if you are dissatisfied, you just carry it back and get your money back. So as far as being rebuildable, I guess that's a pro. I don't really see what lifetime warranty.
All right, hit me with a pro.
Just going down my list again. This is easy to install, and a U-joint axle is going to install the same. So is that really like a pro in a comparison? No. But if you had the U-joint like this junky thing here and you needed to put a U-joint in, I've got a video up coming out after this one. The swap from that to this takes 3 tools and about probably 15 minutes. I could probably do one in 5 on camera. So that's one, easy to install if you was going to swap from a U-joint to that, and you got a lifetime warranty.
Is it my turn again? You got me on that one?
Mm-hmm. This is easy, man. Kill it.
Okay. I wrote this one down because I didn't know.
Not sponsored by Sprite or Coke.
These are probably easier to find in the junkyard if you want to rebuild one.
He just keeps shooting himself in the foot, don't he? So, let's just take your hometown for wherever you're from. I'll just go first. My hometown has an AutoZone, an O'Reilly, CarQuest, had a Napa. It shut down. So there's 4 places that are open usually 7 days a week, usually, that you can go pick up a lifetime warranty axle.
Where do you find these on the internet?
Like I said, there's been one on eBay. I've been watching it for a while. Same one, $100. It's a small U-joint.
I'm running low.
Running low. All right. So I don't even know why I wrote this down. I peeked over and seen Justin wrote rebuildable, and I just wrote that these are disposable. If for some reason it clicks, squeaks, pops, breaks, number one, if you're an honest person, you can throw it in the trash, go buy you another one. But if not, it's a lifetime warranty. You can just go get you another.
Well, mine, these look cooler than those do.
Let's see. Are you out of pros yet?
I got 2 more.
I got a list. Let's go.
I got 2 more.
Hit me with another one.
You can paint these whatever color you want to. You can't paint them. The paint will come off. Got you on that one, didn't I?
Well, I'm gonna let him win, but I mean, I feel like most people like black, and hopefully by the time this video comes out, if you notice RCD back there, I figured out how to buy the boots for UTVs that are the fancy orange color that I don't think anybody could dislike that. So I've been taking these black boots off and putting orange boots on there, and they're tougher too. So those will be on my website. I'll get that figured out. So
Trail Edition RCVs.
Trail Edition.
That's what we're calling them.
yeah, Trail Edition. So you can spray paint them. I guess you could spray paint these. It probably wouldn't work out, but I mean, what looks better? This is a good one. Let's see. These will kind of run together. We'll just kind of choose the words here. But these will not knock a knuckle off your ride.
Dang. Knew he was going to say that.
Yep. So these do break. We're off-road people. We break them. And I honestly don't think we broke how many of these.
Not a lot. I mean, I ran those in my little red Jeep. I know it's a 4-cylinder, but I ran those for a long time.
So where I'm going is these break, and if you're welded, locker, or if you're open, actually it's probably better if you're open. It don't matter. But if you break these, 99% of the time it's going to break right inside there, the axle spline that goes into the cage, or it's going to bust the cage and the balls, and you can drive the rest of your life. Like I get some of these coming in the junkyard that people was driving, and there's it's just so that's that. We're going to demonstrate it soon. Justin didn't even know that. If you break one of these, somehow you spit a U-joint out. So if you spit a U-joint out and somehow that where these are spinning, they like line back up, it puts pressure to spread out.
They will line back up.
Yeah, it'll happen, or it'll make a bunch of sparks and mess. So that's
We'll tell them what happens though.
the knuckle and the ball joint. It'll push the ball joint or the knuckle down, pop the ball joint out, and then the whole knuckle falls off. Well, then your tie rod, your brake line, all that. I'm sure I've got pictures of people on the forums that's been talking about it.
It's a bad day. It'll ruin your day real quick.
But they are stronger in a straight line.
That they are. Supposedly. Supposedly. We don't know this yet.
I don't know that yet. I mean, we'll see. That's one thing I ain't thought about. These are made by Dana Spicer. And I don't know if you seen my post the other day. Not knocking Dana Spicer, but we was running the 44 aluminum. And we broke so many 30 spline axles that we had to swap to the Chrysler 8 1/4, which is 29 spline and measures significantly smaller, but are way stronger. So who's to say that those are strong material if they're made by Spicer?
Yeah.
Well, hold on, check something else. Poor Justin.
How many examples of that stuff you got?
So this is a $600 chrome moly shaft here that, well, Cody broke. We've probably got a scene.
I'm dying over here.
Right there! Take it again! Go!
You're done.
Mark, you told me to do that! Oh, well, you missed where I told you. Did it break?
Yeah, you should have went where Mark told you, not.
I did! I had the steering wheel.
Yeah, this trail's pretty hard.
You see those twisted splines right there? That's tried to break. Yeah, those twisted and broke. These are lifetime warranty right here, but Dex broke about 15 sets, and the company called me and said, "Here's your money back, go somewhere else." I put the extra money.
That was the best thing that ever happened to you.
That was the best thing that ever happened. That's a true story. I would break the short side. These are 10 fact. I guess we can call them out, can't we?
Factory 10. I honestly think they're made by a couple different. I don't know who actually makes them.
The owner of the company, or the CEO that started it, called me, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I told him I was on 33s locked together, and started telling him who I was. I think he knew me back. This is years ago. And he's like, "Man, I do Ultra 4 Cherokee racing stuff." He said, "Tell you what I'm gonna do." He said, "I'm gonna mail you a brand new set out of the box, everything brand new like you bought them." And he said, "Just start over and see where you go." So that's where the story went. We was warranting them through Summit Racing, and I broke about 15 sets of these. And finally, I guess they have a flag. They said, "Send in what you got," and they refunded me my $600. So I took it like, this was free, 600. You know, I've already spent this. RCVs at the time were 1,300 or 1,250 or 1,150.
I think it was 1150.
1150. So I put my money together because I thought it was stupid to put $1,300 into a Dana 30, and I've got about 7 sets. Justin's probably got 3. My buddy's got 2 or 3. They're awesome. We'll get on RCVs later.
You're gonna have to hit me with some pros because I got one left.
Pros or cons?
Your pros.
So
Or are we going to cons?
No, I think we should go ahead and knock out all the pros.
Okay.
You mean knock out-
I got one more pro left.
Let me knock out a couple of mine. I got a list of them here. Let's go with no wheel shake. Have we talked about that?
Nope, no wheel shake.
Let's come up with an example. And we're going to demonstrate on the Jeep here soon. So again, this is over-exaggerated just for visuals. So a U-joint doesn't spin let's see. It doesn't.
There's a good video if you've never watched it on explaining.
Yeah.
It moves faster as it makes its
It lunges.
rotation. It lunges.
So
What you stop for?
I'm gonna just put this on right here. You can see here it's starting to bind. Maybe if I do it slow, you can hear it. Speed up. So, poor little Jeep here in a second is going to show you what we're talking about. These are called constant velocity joint, short for CV shaft. Oh, sorry, crazy. So no matter if these are 10 degrees or 40 degrees, this shaft and this shaft are spinning identical speeds. Wheel hop's a different thing, but these do not do the wheel shake. We covered drive home, didn't we?
I think so.
Yeah, we covered that home. Like I said, you can break this any form or fashion, unless you break the stub, which I don't think will happen. Same on them. I got 4 or 5 more. You?
Mine was invented first. It's been around longer. Mine was invented in the mid 1600s.
Well, that's stupid, because mine was invented in 1885, which is only 139 years old. And I feel like most inventions are for a reason. I can mark that one off.
I'm out of pros.
All right, let's go over the cons. I'm supposed to be writing these down. I'm gonna write them down after the video, and then I'll screenshot it for y'all. We got them all wrote down here. Sorry about that. That'll make the video too long. Let's go over the cons. I got
a list.
I've got 2.
I got a list.
So I still got more pros. We're gonna go with cons of a CV and cons of a U-joint.
Some of these we've already been over, but we'll just go through them fairly quickly. You want me to go first? Actually, I probably need to go first though.
I've only got 2.
Okay, we've already addressed wheel shake. There's that one. Brakes and knuckles. They bind up. I think we talked about that.
Give or take, yeah. Once these start turning, they start touching, and yeah, it's called bind. Which these would bind too, but that's sharper than a vehicle can turn.
This kind of contradicts what I said. I said you can rebuild them, but they're hard to rebuild.
Yeah, there's tools and stuff, but
At the end of the day, it's a pain in the butt every single. I mean, even if they come apart easy, it's still a job.
Usually they're rusted in. Usually they're stuck. They're seized, and we don't even live where it's rusty. So if you live somewhere it's rusty, I don't know if you can rebuild them.
I don't know. Midway's down my list here. I'll give you one more. If you can find these and if you can buy these, they're expensive. I mean, really, when you break it down, I mean, this is not that expensive, but this part and this part.
Yeah, I'll probably put a price down when I actually research it, but like I said, there's only one of these on eBay. There's not a long shaft used, and they're like $100 used. Probably still needs a U-joint, but if you have to buy just an OEM, like, you know, not chrome moly or nothing like that, I think they're about $300 a side. I think. I could be wrong. This is $100 and it's got a lifetime warranty.
I'm midways down, so you give me one.
Where does dirt come from? Both of my cons can be canceled out with a lot of money. We're leaving those out of the variable for this video because, man, those are expensive, but look at what you're getting. Lifetime warranty for a freaking awesome axle. So, like I said, both the cons that come with this CV axle will be canceled out if you bought those. The only 2 cons I come up, that's not even a con. I've only got 1 con. This boot could get a stick in it and tear, but you could still drive home. You just would have to carry it back and get a lifetime warranty replacement.
It's funny you say that. I can throw this in here too. My blue truck that I've had forever, I had it for 10 years. When I bought the truck, they told me it needed a CV joint because the boot was ripped. I sold it the other day. It still has the same boot on it.
10 years, no boot.
Never gave me no problem.
My personal truck actually has the same axle, and I finally did fix it. I went and got me one with a lifetime warranty. All right.
Oh, my turn again?
I only got 1 left, and it's an opinion. It's not even a con.
Well, I guess this goes with what we just was talking about. Hard to find at a parts house. You're not going to find these at a parts house.
I mean, you can.
I don't think you really can.
So if you was somewhere and needed a shaft, unless there is a junkyard, which I don't think junkyards are as common as I assume around here, for some reason.
Well, the thing you forget is, you know, a lot of people live up in the Rust Belt, and I mean, I'm sure these could be rebuilt, but this is going to be in bad shape.
Yeah, and that's what most junkyards, like I do my junkyard different. Most junkyards are not going to pull an axle out to sell. So you either buy the whole front end or you don't. There is pick parts popping up, and those are awesome for stuff like that, but we're just going to leave that variable out because that's kind of, people try to compare junkyard pricing to pick apart. Lifetime one.
Even though technically they are, technically they ain't, they're not truly sealed. Like, that's truly sealed. You can debate that. That's
like this, in my opinion, is clamped down to seal. Unless you busted it, those. I mean, they're supposed to be in a good Spicer is, but if you get a cheap one with a cheap seal, and you know you're trail riding, you get it hot, and then you dive off in a water or mud hole, they don't vent, so everything's hot, and as soon as you hit that water, it pulls in water and dirt and stuff. So
it's like you get stuck off in a mud hole somewhere for a couple hours, that will get mud in there.
Yeah, this could probably sit underwater. I mean, you think of UTVs. Every UTV has these. Have you put a?
I ain't even put that. Okay,
that's funny you say that. My four-wheeler, I bought it new, 2017, has all the half shafts brand new, and we had to replace all the U-joints going to the front axle. Anyways,
the caps. That I'm sure some of y'all run into it. The caps will spin.
Yeah. If you can imagine, well, I'm not going to show you my tool again, but as this thing is doing its job right here, we're going to elaborate on this Jeep. That's why it's in the shop. But as these get pressure, I was thinking of this earlier today. You ever thought about the needles are just sitting side by side? Mm-hmm. So as they're applying pressure, they're squeezing each other together. So they're applying, essentially trying to stop rotation. And we'll elaborate a little more. But once you apply like serious pressure, these spin, and they've got half C-clips, and they'll try to spin the C-clips off. Well, then it spins the C-clip, and it just throws the joint out. So we'll get to that a little more here, pretty sure. No C-clips involved right here.
We've already talked about you can't drive this home.
Somebody is going to comment that they broke theirs and they drove it home. Yes, I would say 50-50.
Well, if you're lucky, a lot of times, keep in mind, if you're running an open differential, 90% of the time you can probably drive this. Well, I say that.
I think that's what I was saying earlier. But if you break an open differential, it's going to send all that power to that axle.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be sitting there.
If you're lucky, you shear every bit of this off. Then you can drive it home. But
I actually would recommend, that's how we did it when we was running U-joints. If we would break, and this is arguable subject, and I'll take it all day long because we've done it years ago. You're not breaking this U-joint. I don't care what you say. I broke 15 something sets of these axles. These are fully clipped. We'll get to that soon, but you can spin them and it doesn't spit the caps out. So I've never, ever broke this U-joint. What happens is it spins, throws the cap out. Next thing you know, I got a good example. Right here, you can see where it's applying the pressure. Next thing you know, it shears all this crap off. And people think you broke an axle, but really you spit the U-joint out and then you sheared it off. Where I was going with that is if I ever got caught with a broke axle, like on a hill, mud hole, I would put it to the floor and just sit there and just let sparks fly and actually mushroom all that stuff off. That way, you can drive it home. Another pro of these. Get that out of here.
Another con.
Con of a U-joint?
Another con. Those have warranty, unless you buy chromoly ones, or
I don't think Yukons come with a warranty.
I don't know.
We've never really looked into them. I know if you just buy a Spicer one, it's yours. You go break it, or if you spin a cap out, it's yours. So that does suck.
Time use.
I got a lot more pros, so you save yours.
Okay.
We talked about are actually sealed.
So you didn't finish up your pros yet?
No. Oh, Have I mentioned they have a lifetime warranty? Yeah, we mentioned there's no reason to rebuild these. Any reason, you just carry back, get you another one. We found a snake skin in this Jeep. We're kind of worried about it.
I am sitting kind of close to it. There's a fresh snake skin in the back of it.
Pretty much already discussed it. You can buy these local or online if you want to. There's not really cheaper. That's a debatable. I wrote down turn sharper. Like RCV and my bouncer will turn 50 degrees and be happy. And again, there's no wheel hop with 50 degrees, so that's arguable.
Honestly, I'd be willing to debate. These would probably turn sharper.
These will turn sharper. Like any rock crawler you see,
Yeah.
like slow rock crawling.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the whole part of the video we forgot we was doing. We're having to put the types of trail riding, which ones would be better. That was the whole point of the video. Let's finish what we're doing here. So turn sharp.
So we was supposed to tell what this is better for?
Yeah, we'll flip this page over and write down. Yeah, give me a second. We'll get that figured out. All these come in your Grand Cherokees. I don't know. We've owned both of them. I swear a ZJ or a WJ turns sharper than a Cherokee.
I don't know if it's caster or what it is.
They just seem to turn sharper. So that's that. The only other con I wrote down, well, I wrote down two. Number one, if you was restoring a Jeep to factory specs and you wanted it like Barrett Jackson car auction factory restored, this is not. I don't know who that's going to apply to. And then the other one I wrote with a question mark, is it weaker?
That's debatable, but there's a hard answer out there somewhere. And we will find it one day.
Yeah. We're going to take a break. Hello, hello. Oh gosh, if the microphone wasn't on. Alright, we're back, and Justin has done a fabulous job filling out the board. I know you probably can't read it right there. I've got a picture, and I will add it at the end of the video, or I'll just add it now so you can see it for just a second if you want to screenshot it. The part that we missed out on was I wanted to write down, if you was into a certain type of off-road, is this better for you? Is this better for you? And that's the main, I feel like that's the main topic. Like, regardless what your beliefs in either one, which fits each situation better is probably all that matters. So we're going to flip this over and write down, thank you sister-in-law for drawing this. We'll get it framed. So I did some reading, some types of off-road. I meant to make a post about this, but I didn't want to give the video away. So what I've come up with is what type of off-road or whatever this would fit better, and what type of off-roading or whatever would fit that. So this is going to be hard.
Tell me about the U-joints first.
Let's just get the CV done with, and then we'll go to the U-joint, because this is going to make some people sour. The CV. If you was just daily driving your Cherokee, Grand Cherokee, doesn't matter. If you was just daily driving it, why would you not want something that is just lifetime warranty? You ain't got to worry about U-joint, squeaking, nothing. So,
They're very nice. I've got them in my Cherokee, and there's no binding, no nothing.
I'm gonna call it a weekender. So if you was to drive yours or weekend off-road and didn't do nothing crazy, you know, just normal off-road stuff, I would just. So
Weekend warrior.
well, that wasn't a weekend warrior. I would say like you normal off-road people, you know, not our kind of off-road. But I will say, if you was into beater, which is kind of what we were, you know, wild, crazy, guarantee you know you're going to break something. That's usually my motto. When I stepped up to RCVs, that kind of made it impossible. Used to, when I went to break that axle, go home, send it off for warranty. Or these, you can take them back and warranty those. This could be debatable. I said mud riding. If these are sealed, so if you was into mud riding, you don't have to worry about that unless you poke a stick, but you can carry back for warranty. And if you get in a mud hole and it breaks and you don't know it, it's not gonna knock your knuckle off. That'd be bad.
I ain't thought about that.
Imagine if you're like this deep in a mud hole and you break that, it pops your ball joint off and you don't know, and you're sitting there winching and rip all your stuff out.
Seen it happen before.
Next one on my list is called Overland. I wrote down Overland, or yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So if you was doing like Overland, you're by yourself and you don't have many tools, and you know, not planning on breaking stuff, but
Also, that's not the type of driving we do around here. But if I was an overlander, 100%. Like you take them with you, break them, pull them out, put them back in,
Personal opinion.
and you can drive it home.
Yeah, you could keep on driving if you had lockers and you was out in the middle of nowhere. So that, I guess this goes with daily. I just rode road driving, so I don't guess that's daily driving. Looked up one I looked up on my phone called green landing. I don't really know what that means, but I feel like it's like really soft off-roading. So you could probably use either on that, I guess.
What is that? Easy off-roading?
Yeah. It showed a picture of like going across grass and stuff. Cross country is the same as overland, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The only one I didn't think about, and we don't have it over here, is dune bashing.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
So same principle. If you're into that, like the Arab people do out there, you know, again, you bury up, come off of a mountain. I just thinking this stuff up as I say it, and bury a tire, and you break that and knock the knuckle off.
Well, not only that, I mean, you're out there, what are you going to do in the sand? You're going to be going wide open, high wheel speed, and you know, your turning ability is obviously going to be completely different, so you're going to be going probably lock to get to where you
Drifting through sand. So yeah, that make no wheels shake. Okay, so that makes sense. That's all I've got for CVs. If you got an idea, comment, but I feel like all these would be better with CVs, in my personal opinion. And again, RCVs replaces CV at any given point to be even better. I would think sand too, wouldn't you?
Well, I mean,
They could really get in sand.
we'll call that one. Either would work good in just regular sand driving.
Keep in mind, this entire video is just my opinion, his opinion, and some random, I wouldn't even call them facts, would you?
Some of them are facts.
Okay, so I've done some thinking and thinking and thinking. The U-joint would be better in calculated rock crawling situations.
Slow rock.
That would be no spinning the tires, no like trying to break stuff, like slow baby crawling, no wheel shake.
Don't offend nobody.
I was just trying to say.
He is right on that. So we've said these are stronger in a straight line.
We think.
We think.
I'm pretty sure they are. Like I sit here and admit, I feel like that factory axle should be stronger than this one in a straight line, but we don't have hard evidence yet. Give me time on that one. It's hot. That's why we're doing this video at night. Yes. So, where does that leave us?
What are we gonna do now?
Got my little donor Jeep here. I'm sure you're wondering why it's in the background, and this is hopefully going to be a perfect example. And I would have never even paid attention till Justin went viral on a busted knuckle video film. And you remember that one? And you're trying to climb a hill and the tires are sitting there shaking. Should we call Cody?
Let's call Cody.
Let me see if I can work something out.
We're just gonna call a friend at random and see what his opinions are.
If he answers, he has no idea at all.
Can't do that. Who are you calling?
The temperature is 84 on the verge
Our
at
speaker
8:46.
works. So
It's been a hell of a week. Been counting
this is just for fun. We're gonna call some random people and just see what they're.
Cody, which I'll clip in a scene of who he is. He bought Justin's old retired Jeep, which this is actually the axle out of it. Justin bought a set of the same axles that I did. He's broke a few of them, but he retired the Jeep, so that's how they got stuck in there. And then I'm sure I got a scene of when Cody broke. They had a reason to break.
Hello?
Cody,
Yeah.
you're live on a YouTube debate video.
Do what?
You're live on a YouTube debate video.
I'm live.
Yeah, we're recording a video. We decided to call you.
Okay.
Do you like the U-joints or the CV style axle better?
CV style.
You have a reason why?
U-joints suck.
Okay, well, that wasn't really the attitude we was looking for. We're unbiased people here.
Oh, I can't really say nothing. I've run them U-joint axles and Purple Jeep, them Chromollies, and they've held up pretty well. So
Do they shake?
they do shake very
shake.
badly.
Yeah, they shake.
But they've held up decently well.
Yeah. Have you had to change a U-joint yet?
No, I have not.
Okay. We'll call him back when he has to change U-joints. All right, thank you, Cody.
Okay, no problem.
We have any reason to call Mark? So you've probably seen Mark. He's probably the other main character.
I gotta talk to you, Mark. When you get to the top, don't let off the gas pedal.
And I don't know if I've seen Mark with a U-joint ever.
Hello.
Mark,
Yeah.
you're live on a YouTube video.
Oh.
Nobody can see you. You don't have to be wearing clothes. So me and Justin's arguing about CV axles versus U-joints. Do you have just any opinion?
U-joint will break your wheel off when you break it.
You say that from experience?
Once or twice it has happened.
Okay, so you know,
RCVs are the way to go.
they are expensive. If you can't afford RCVs, what would you do?
Buy RCVs.
Okay, well, what if you couldn't afford them?
Take a loan out and buy RCVs.
Okay, so sell your house or something to get RCVs.
I went through 20 sets of axles before I bought RCVs, and I've not broken them.
It's very surprising. Like, I'm not trying to push RCV. Like I said in the first video, I was thinking whoever's an idiot to buy them instead of just doing a ton swap. But Mark's testimony, he's bought, I mean, you got 2 or 3 sets now.
2.
You got 2 sets? I thought you had 3. But,
Yep. No, just 2.
okay, well, he's looking for some donations for the 3rd set. Anything else to add?
That's about it.
Okay.
Buy RCVs.
All right, well, we appreciate your time.
All right, yeah.
All right, then. Well, that went okay.
Who's a random person that's not really our friend we could call?
Danny Smith can talk. He's a good talker. You ready to show him what wheel shake is?
Let's show them what. Do I have to be in the same room?
We're going to let you hold the camera. We're going to lift this Jeep up, and I'll show you a little bit more of what I was talking about, spitting the clips off and how you can avoid it. And ironically, I didn't even know this Jeep had both the mods done to keep from doing it. Okay, so before I lift it up, I'm pretty sure everybody's getting the concept of the U-joint goes in there. When it gets pressure, it's going to try to spin. I mean, that's why it's pressed in there. Well, if you look right there, this camera sucks. You can see you can't get a full clip, so it has to be like the half C clips. I'm sure you've probably done a U-joint. Well, if you look at the way these chrome mollies are done, I don't know what's going on there, but you can see it's actually a full clip. That U-joint's bad, that's why it broke. But you can see they've milled it out in there, and that way this U-joint can sit there and spin all day long, and it can't spit that clip off. So that's one thing. Let me get this in the air. We'll show you a little junky Jeep here. Oh, she's a trooper. What are you doing, Justin? Yeah, we'll just show them.
Walk over here.
So I had these CVs laying back here, and that's where the long one was laying. That snake skin was not there. Let me just walk out here so I'm not a liar. I bought these today. I couldn't get up the courage to pick up the short side because my cat was sniffing. I think it's down in that hole right there.
Can you
But
tell them the story quick enough about the little snake that was in the engine that one time?
no, not this time. Sorry.
What'd you hear?
I heard something moving, and Justin said he recorded if it falls out.
I'll record it on camera if it falls out. And he said, the snake or me? I said, both.
I'm not even gonna go in there. You can shove the camera in. You can see this is an old trick. See that piece right there? That's a weld. So you weld the cap.
Oh God, I hear it moving too.
Serious?
Yeah, I hear it moving.
I swear it's in there. Oh my gosh. What do we do?
I heard it scratch.
That's what you keep recording. A new source.
Where's a dog at?
This wasn't supposed to be part of the video.
But it is now.
I ain't like super scared of snakes. I just don't like them showing up out of nowhere.
I've always said the same thing. If I see them, that's okay. But when I don't see them, he got the longest stick that he had. It's amazing how well these things can hide. See anything?
Not yet, but you heard him in a leaf, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's leaves in the cow tray.
You heard the same thing I heard, right?
Well, different times. I think I said it, but that snake skin back there was not there when I laid those axles down the other day.
And this has been in here the
Yeah.
whole time, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know I wouldn't have laid them down on the snake skin. What do we do? Take it outside and turn it upside down? I think he really scares snakes.
We'll just pretend like he just went ahead and left
Will we?
until we see him again.
That's the noise I heard.
It's good YouTube content.
All right then, face your fears.
I was like, how big of a snake was it? Ah, he wasn't that big.
Really?
I mean, realistically.
No. How do you tell how old they are?
Mm.
It's not crunchy.
Oh yeah.
That's the day. Shoot.
Even if you wait a day, you're still gonna be worried about it tomorrow.
I was gonna take it outside, flip it upside down.
What's that gonna accomplish?
Get it out of there. All right, now we're gonna demonstrate what wheel shake is. Unless I chicken out. All right, here we go. This is U-joint. He must have bit some wires.
Try second first. Shaking.
I can't do it. Oh,
What?
poor Jeep don't deserve that. I feel like that's good evidence. I don't have to do it again before I go to see these, do I?
No.
What does it look like?
Gross.
That hurts my soul. In the morning, I'm gonna swap this baby over to CVs that I just bought in town. See what happens.
The snake's gonna come out here in just a second.
Yeah.
If that didn't make him mad.
But we will see if CVs corrects U-joint shake tomorrow, as soon as we find a snake. We want to make sure we got a good scene before I go changing these. We're going to put it fifth. I'm not even going to give it gas. And I'm just going to start turning real slow and see. I think it'll crank in fifth.
It should.
The perfect example, I wrote it down, me and Justin was going to argue about it, is driveline vibration. We've all had a vehicle with a lift that has misaligned U-joints and you get driveline vibration. Perfect example, of U-joint shake.
We was just talking about this the other day. You was just talking about UTVs.
Yeah, we was talking about doing the video, and I was gonna say, we was pre-debating, and I was like, well, Justin, if U-joints are so good, why does every CV axle or every UTV have CV axles? And
I said they got U-joints in it.
yeah, and I said, yeah, they got U-joints in the drive shaft that goes in a straight line.
Its whole life.
Sweet. All right, I'm actually kind of curious to see, because I'm about 85% sure that should fix it. You ever see like a rock bouncer on RCVs and see it wheel hopping? That's different. That's like grabbing traction, let go, grabbing traction. That's wheel hop. That's not wheel shake. So we'll see soon, as long as this snake don't kill me. All right, you just saw all I've done is change axle shafts. I got time lapse of it. I did think of one more con is these axle seals that slide up in the tubes and grease. For whatever reason, the internet hates these things, and I do got a video coming to test them. I got a good idea. They don't fit store-bought CVs. You can see there's not room right there, but they actually sell them on RCV's website, so you can run these with RCVs and U-joints, not those. That's what I was just telling Justin. I wanted to say this at the very, very, very first of the video, because this is probably the one comment that triggered this whole entire video. Is people always ask for the part number for the CVs. Always gonna be 10 random people for no reason to go out of their way to say, you know, the CVs are weaker. Number one, nobody's proved that, and number two, nobody ever in the history said that the CVs were stronger. There's just a lot of pros to go along with them, so it's very frustrating. They're just it's an axle shaft. See what happens. Got anything else?
I don't know, man. I just got here.
Got here. I think we determined the snake's dead in the road. Shoot. Hey, look, a dead snake. Good on that.
We hope.
Pop up. So all I did, I think.
Get it.
I missed it.
You had. Oh. I got it.
So I think I'm just gonna stick with 5th gear idle, because that was the last scene we did. That way there's nobody come talking about I revved up one faster. But all I did is turn it sharper to the right, crank it up 5th gear idle, full lock, and it was
Gross.
slip in a scene. All right, here we go. I'm kind of nervous because this thing is so wore out. I don't know if it's gonna fix it or not. What do you think?
It's gonna fix it.
Think so?
It's gonna fix it. If it don't fall off the lift. If it don't fall off the lift.
I was figuring this was going to work, but I wasn't like 100%. I was going to regret at the end of the video if they still staring shook. But wow, that's as smooth as could be.
Who would have thunk it?
Constant velocity. So at this point, you're still welcome to your own opinion. I just feel like we expressed the pros and cons of both. That's a pretty good pro right there as far as wheel shimmy. I feel like we talked about this, but I think I've got probably 10 sets of U-joint axles, and I'm gonna have them on the website because like I said, there's not any to be bought. And the U-joint axles out of this thing will be the first ones sold. They are very, very, very proven. I think Justin proved them on Busted Knuckles video, so those will be first ones sold right there if I do sell any. I'm working on becoming a Spicer dealer. I'm gonna try to beat O'Reilly's prices. That's in the works, a lot of stuff. So we'll have them. Does anybody want a useless stub axle with a broke chrome molly? I don't know, technically this belongs to Cody.
It does, yep, technically.
And I am a RCV dealer. This is the first time I've ever announced that. So I'm gonna try to get these on the website, figure it out. But the price will stay retail price. It's just your way of saying, if I'm gonna go through the money or time of spending money on RCVs, I would rather support me. If you want to, if not, go through RCV. That's up to you. But I will have these. We will probably work on other stuff. But as far as what's left, I'm gonna put a screenshot at the end. I'm pretty sure you learned something if you didn't. I'm hoping you leaving here changed your mind. So enough talking. Have a good day. Anything you guys say?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Thank goodness for my lucky quarter wherever it went. Keep that baby. There it is. Doesn't have that one. This Jeep is gonna get remastered. That'll obviously be videos on my channel, but I'm gonna leave it on these axles. That's why I put them in there, and you get to see it. If it tears up, it tears up. If it breaks, it breaks. If not, so that'll be proof. Coming soon. Needs a little snake de-infestation. Have a go.